Hi everyone, my name is Maria Fox and I'm here just to talk a little bit about some of the foods that have helped me during my LUMEN journey. And today I just want to I'm going to talk about protein, carbs and fats, but I'm going to do them in short episodes. So just going to talk about protein on this one, then fats, then carbs. So in terms of the protein then, I see a lot of people writing in the group saying things like, oh, I really can't hit my protein target. How do you do it? How do you manage to get that amount of protein in every day? So just kind of at the outset, I want to say that from some of the research that I've done, it's better to have no more than 30 grams of protein at any point. So certainly if you're a female, you digest it better and quicker if you're only eating 30 grams at a time. Now, there are varying kind of reports around that, so you just have to find your way with it. All I'll say is that in the 7 months that I've been on the journey, I've tried to stick to 30 grams at a time. Sometimes go a little bit over, but that is where it's at for me. Now, what I did was at the very beginning, I wrote out a chart and I called it protein sources. And I looked at how much protein per 100 grams there was in all these different sources that we find in our food, in our meat, in our fish, in some of our vegetables, and in some of our plant. There's a lot of plant-based protein out there. Now, because I'm not a vegetarian, I haven't really focused in on that, but I will mention a couple of items that are, quite significant in terms of their protein content. So in the kind of white meat, that we have chicken breast, we have duck breast, we have turkey breast, obviously the leg meat as well, but that's obviously got more fat on it. Fish, we've got smoked salmon, we've got wild salmon. Those have got more fat with them. Then the white fishes, cod, haddock, tilapia, shrimp, which isn't obviously a white fish, but it is a fish, tuna, sardines, obviously they're not white either, but all of these different fishes have got a good amount of protein in them per 100 grams. And what I would say is that it's worth doing your homework around the foods that you like to eat, whether that's meat, whether that's fish, whether that's chicken, whether that's dairy, whether that's plant-based, and then having a bit of a plan. Obviously on the red meat front, we've got lamb, we've got steak, all the different types of steak. We've got kidney. Some people like that. I like that, so I eat that. That's quite a low-fat type of protein as well. And we have liver. And then obviously eggs, cottage cheese, cheddar cheese, all the different cheeses as well, mozzarella, milk, Greek yogurt. And then when we move to the plant sort of base, we've got edamame beans, we've got almonds, we've got kidney beans, we've got lentils, we've got chickpeas. Oats have some protein in them, so don't discount them because they may be something that you supplement something else with. And then some of the vegetables too. Mushrooms have got protein in, spinach has got protein in, broccoli's got protein in, but admittedly, you have to eat quite a lot. And what I would say is Google protein sources and you will come up with lots. And Google protein plant sources and you will come up with lots. Now, I've been on 130 grams of protein every day since I started with LUMEN. And actually it was quite interesting because a fitness instructor, gym manager friend of mine had said, Maria, if you want to lose weight, you've got to up your protein. You need to have 130 grams every day. And I just thought, okay, that's interesting. Interesting that LUMEN also said that to me. And interesting as well that she suggested my calorie range should be 1600. And the calorie range of macros together that I've gone with LUMEN, activity level 2 or 3, has been 1600 to 1675. LUMEN actually puts me at 1675. At the beginning, I tended to just drop a little bit of the fat out and just stuck around the 1600 calories. But more recently, well, certainly in the last 3 to 4 months, I've stuck with the LUMEN range at 1675. I've had all my boost days and I've had some of the fastest weight loss as well during that time. So, having more calories doesn't always mean that you're going to gain weight. That's quite key. And if you're eating protein, if you're eating the right sort of carbs and you're eating good fats and your expenditure is in the right range, your stress is right, your sleep is right. I'll talk about all that on a different video. But all of those factors will help you with weight loss for sure. If you're in the body composition space, protein is absolutely crucial. I'm not going to go into detail about that. You can Google it, but you'll see why it is so important, both for lean muscle mass, brain function, how our body and our nervous system works. It's absolutely critical. So 130 grams is quite a lot, and I know that other people have more than that. And I see people say, how am I going to eat all that protein? So I try to look at my day and I go, okay, I'm going to have my protein over five kind of inputs, as I call them. And I will usually plan to have a good protein breakfast with probably 30 grams of protein. Now, sometimes that's a cooked breakfast. Sometimes if it's a day where I'm on a higher carb day, I will have oat bran and then I will add some protein powder to that. Greek yogurt is another option. That's not one that I particularly like, but it is definitely an option. And then I have these really great supplements that I've bought from Biotrust. This is the Biotrust low carb blend. That gives you 24 grams of protein, 150 calories, 8 grams of carbs, but only 4 grams of those are net carbs and 4 grams are fiber. And that is a really good, and they do lots of different flavors, biotrust.com. And then they've just brought out in the last few months, well, in the last 6 months, an even lower carb version of this. They call it low carb light. You only get 20 grams of protein, but that's perfect if you're going to add something else to it, like, for instance, chia seeds, flax seeds, oat bran. That'll give you 5 grams of protein to get your 30 in. Chia seeds obviously have protein in as well. So this one's really good. They do 2 flavours with this, chocolate ice cream and vanilla cupcake. Really like that a lot. So those are the things that have helped me add protein into my diet. Plus, there are some really great protein bars out there that are made with natural sugar versus they're made with a thing called polyols. And those polyols do not count as carbohydrate. So in this bar, you've got 200 calories-ish, you've got 22 grams of protein, but you only have 2 grams of sugar. This is called Grenade Carb Killer. They make these in lots of different flavors and versions. I get mine from Costco. They only do the white chocolate one in Costco, but it's absolutely delicious and you're getting a good protein hit. So that's a great mid-morning snack. If you've had a cooked breakfast or you've had your yogurt and fruit, etc. for your breakfast, however you've decided to get that protein input in, Carb Killer is a great break time protein. And then the other bars that I quite like are the Nature Valley ones. Now they are a bit lower, well they're a lot lower in protein. There's only 10 grams of protein in one of these, but these are gluten-free and they've got quite a good carb amount in there. So I like these for when I am working out. So if I'm going on a long bike ride, I quite often take one of these because I get a mixture of protein and carbohydrate in that. So those are my bars. I'm going to end this video now, but essentially with the protein, you need to find a good supplement that's going to help you add to the meat, the plant sources, the fish, the dairy, all of those different aspects, because you are going to need to find different ways of hitting that target of whatever your target is. Well, 130 grams for me is quite a lot. And when I move from the weight loss track to the fitness performance track, I know that it goes up. So I'm going to have to find some other ways of getting it. Or just one other thing I just seen on my table here, because I've put all this food out. That's why I'm doing the video now, so I can put it all away. Protein pancake mix. This is great. It's got more protein in it than your normal pancakes have, and obviously you add 2 eggs to make up the full mixture. I usually get 8 to 10 pancakes out of this. And these are made by a company called Stacked. Check them out online. But they are really delicious, and you can add some fruit to them if you want. I make them with almond milk sometimes, and other times I make them with normal milk. But they're delicious, and again, if you get some of that nice syrup, that is a good sugar-based syrup versus artificial or carbohydrate, real refined sugar. They're delicious, and with some cream. Why not have some single cream or double cream with it? Because on a low carb day, you can have higher fat. So I'm going to wind this one up now. Any questions, please leave them in the comments on my YouTube, and I hope it's been helpful. I'm going to move on to fats in the next video and just talk through some of the things that I have found useful in terms of fats on my journey, and obviously they mix in sometimes with the old protein. So on a high fat day, I will often have lamb or salmon as one of my main kind of meals, because lamb is a higher fat meat and salmon is a higher fat fish. So that's one of the ways that I've approached the whole kind of way of eating. So high fat days, I'll go for higher fat meat on the whole, or higher fat fish. So that's a way of getting both the fat and the protein in together. I hope this has been helpful, and I'm going to sign out now. Thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and thank you for watching.